Okay.
Magic money or
Magic Money with Melissa. That's my other YouTube channel. Well, it's called Melissa May Dillon, but I'm all about wanting to show people how to.
Can you zoom that in a little? Your camera?
No. Okay. Sorry, we moved things around because we were setting up the studio, and I'm all over the place. And I hit start, and I didn't mean to hit start, but I already hit start. So here we are. Okay, all good. All right, hello. Okay, yeah, Magic Money. On my other YouTube channel, Melissa May Dillon. I teach people all about making as much money as you want to make. Money is magic. We had a lot of weird beliefs about money. We could flip those beliefs, make a lot more money. So check me out at Melissa May Dillon. Okay, but insurance exam. Let's talk. Okay. Malice Music. Hello. Kurubia. I don't know how to say names. Sorry. Hi. Hello. What's going on, everyone? I'm New York going for life and health. I took the New York life and health exam. Pretty easy. Cozy, hello. Bailey, hello, Bailey. I've seen you up on the Facebook group. Butterfly, can we talk about Florida personal lines? Yeah. So Florida has a really nice breakdown. They're a Pearson breakdown. So anybody taking the Pearson exam, if you schedule your exam through Pearson, we're having similar conversations about the exam. So Pearson, for instance, they put a lot of the test at insurance terms related concepts and policy provision and contract law, which are actually relatively easy chapters. A lot of definitions, things like knowing general insurance. What is the definition of risk? What is the definition of hazards? What are the 3 types of hazards? Knowing things like the declaration page, the exclusions, all kinds of stuff. And so that's the easy stuff. And then they wrap up, they put in types of property policies, which includes dwelling and homeowners and flood. And then they have types of casualty policies, which is like commercial policies, the CPP, BOP, and commercial is also commercial tips into property and casualty at the same time. But the breakdown for Florida is a very easy breakdown. It's very similar to Texas. In fact, if you were to go onto the YouTube channel and Google how to pass the Texas property and casualty exam, Florida people could listen to that same stuff. The only thing is with Florida is it's a little bit heavier in state law. So you do want to know state law. And what's tricky about Florida state law is that they use different names. So like when I say Department of Insurance in Florida, it's called something else. So Florida's a little bit tricky in state law, but we have had many Florida passers. So if you're wanting to pass the Florida exam, we can definitely help and support you. Our Gold Class Series package is the best. And anybody with whatever state your exam, whatever you're in, if you go to insuranceexamqueen.com and you go to recommendations, I break down your state for you. Everything I just said about like New York, I've typed these things up. And so they're on my website under recommendations. Bonjour from Montreal. It's funny, we do, people in Canada can benefit from my content, but I don't know anything related to the Canadian exams. So I know that my content is helpful, but I don't know specifically about their exams. All right. Exam was very hard. Yes, Florida PNC. Is this like right now? Yes, this is right now. Right now and now. This is live. Hello from Texas, Louisiana, Idaho Life and Health. Hello. Can we talk about New Jersey accident and health exam? Yes, New Jersey is a little heavy on state law as well. So you want to be super strong in that. And then they make you take, you're doing just life and health. So again, I would go to the recommendations on my website and read about that. Kurubia, sorry if I said that wrong. Your explanations for each PNC topic are amazing. I'm in Georgia. If I buy your gold, will the topics be explained in video format? Yeah, my Gold Class Series is pretty much, we do have some extra stuff in there, but it's mainly about the videos. So most of you, whatever course you have, Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, et cetera, the majority of what you have to study is text, stuff that you have to read. And then it's not explained very well. It's difficult to get through. It's lots of big words. None of it makes any sense. It makes your eyeballs want to melt out of your head. So what I did was I created the Gold Class Series package, which replaces reading. So no matter what course you have, if you are tired of reading and you want to just learn the information in a way that makes sense, that's easy to understand, easily memorizable, that's the gold class series package on insuranceexamqueen.com. So it eliminates your need to have to read other than state law. So, but even still with state law, I'll tell you what's important. I'll tell you what to find in the text that you should study. And that's in the state regulations class. Okay. Colorado life and I've taken the Colorado exam as well. Nice and easy breakdown. Again, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, go to recommendations, read about Colorado life and health insurance, I imagine you meant to say. Do you believe, yes, okay, wait. Do you believe that covering your video topics alone will be sufficient to pass the exam, or will additional practice materials be necessary? Many people in many states have used GOLD as their primary resource of study and have passed. And we have a 90% first time or next time pass rate, meaning if you've never tested and you use GOLD to help you study, you're likely to pass the first time at a 90% chance. If you have studied and you have tested, but it hasn't worked and you failed, and then you get GOLD and you go through GOLD, you have a 90% chance of passing. So we have a 90% pass rate with the Gold Class Series package, no matter what state you're in. For the majority of states, GOLD is all you need to learn and study. There are a handful of states that are a little bit heavier in state law where you're going to need to study state law specifically. Georgia, I don't remember offhand the percentage of Georgia, but if I were to go to, I think we put it down on our website, actually. You're doing PNC, I believe, right? Yeah. Georgia PNC. Okay, so if I go to property and casualty recommendations, and I believe I can share this. Let me share my screen. Let me see if I can figure this out. There we go. Nope, not that. This one. Okay, perfect. Okay, yes. Okay, so if you go to my website, so this is just the main website right here. You go to insuranceexamqueen.com. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. Insuranceexamqueen.com. Then on the top is your test. Property and casualty is also personal lines. Personal lines just doesn't include commercial. So you would just skip anything related to commercial. But even if you're doing this is what's so cool about property and casualty is in almost every state, if all you know is personal lines, you're able to basically pass the property and casualty exam. My point of that is you don't need to be super strong in commercial, okay? Okay, so anyway, property and casualty, if you go to recommendations, this is where I break down your state exam. So first, most people ask, will this work in my state? Yes, it's for all states. So whether you're in Alabama, in Georgia, in Texas, in Colorado, in New Jersey, it works for every state because I am well-versed in teaching all 50 states, okay? So then you scroll down to your state. So you asked me about Georgia. So Georgia, it'll tell you most important things to know. Insurance terms, related concepts, policy provision, and contract law. This is mostly just definitions. In this breakdown here for Georgia works for anybody who's taking a Pearson exam. So if you've scheduled your test with Pearson, this works for you, but you can look at your specific state. You can even click on Florida. See how Florida begins the same way? Policy, insurance terms, related concepts, because it's the same stuff. Okay, so then we talk about types of property. That's going to be dwelling and homeowners and flood. There's some math questions related to property. Then we got types of casualty. Now for state law, in Georgia, we've cited that it's around 20%. So I believe in Georgia, you do have to have a state-approved course like Excel, Kaplan 80 Bank, or whatever. That is going to give you the specific state law, but my video in gold will tell you what's most important to know for state law. And if you follow what I say and then use your state-approved material to find that information, you're going to be rocking solid, okay? All right. We've got a lot of North Carolina people. In gold, in my inside of gold, when you purchase a gold class series package, in fact, I can even show you what gold looks like. Here, let me pull up what gold looks like for property and casualty. Give me just a minute. Gold preview Course curriculum as a student. Here we go. All right, so this is what gold looks like when you put, let me come back to you guys. Let me see you on my screen. Okay, so, oh, wait, that's not sharing correctly. Okay. Share screen. And I want you, there we go. Okay, so this is what gold looks like when you're logged in. And I have a read here for important FYIs. I actually have a section specifically for North Carolina because it has specific numbers that are a little bit different than what other states teach. So I actually have that in there. I have a Pennsylvania state law guide. I have a Maryland state law guide. I'm working on building other states. Those are the only 2 states I have right now. So if you ask me, do you have this? No. Do you see that state? No, it's just Maryland and Pennsylvania right now. Okay. Because the first handful of students I had in the insurance exam queen business were from these states and they needed a state law guide. So I have those law guides there. But this is what's inside gold. And I even label it with what you need to know. So so some of you, for instance, like in New Jersey, you have to take property separate from casualty. And so I've separated it. I'll tell you casualty only. If it says both property and casualty, you need to know it for both. But if it'll say like this one, property, casualty, you only need to know coverage E and F. I label it for you. This is casualty only, casualty, casualty, casualty only. So it's broken down on the things that you need to know. And then anything with the word commercial, if you're personal lines, you don't need to know commercial. But all of this is mostly videos. Like when you go in here, we do have notes that you can download. So like if we look at these notes, you can pull it up. It says, I don't know if it's going to share on the screen. Oh, it won't share on the screen. Share instead. There we go. So we have notes inside of the lessons. So this is what the notes look like. Basically, the notes are like if a student was watching the video and made these beautiful notes. So they actually match the video. So these student notes that are created and here available for you match the video that you're watching. And then after you have the notes, then the next lesson is the video that you actually watch. And it's me breaking down the information. I know it's on YouTube, but this is not available publicly for YouTube. And then we have the notes at the bottom again as well, if you need the notes. Oh, wait. View tab file. Stop share. I'm not sharing the link, but anyway. So that's what's available in gold. And then some of the lessons also have little quizzes on them as well. Not every lesson has a quiz, but a lot of them have lessons. So it covers all the major topics that you need to be able to pass, whether it's property, casualty, life, or health. I am so experienced at teaching this exam, and I have such a big pass rate at teaching this exam. I took all of that knowledge and my experience, put it into a gold class series package, and that is why we have a 90% first-time pass rate. So you watch gold, you have a 90% chance of passing the exam the very next time you take it after gold. All right. Julie, okay. Kentucky. Yes, Bailey, Kentucky. You got this. Okay, let me talk about something. So Bailey says, I'm in Kentucky and tomorrow is my last chance or I lose my job. Not every opportunity is the right opportunity. Some opportunities are just introducing you to what is available. Okay. So a lot of times, and this is exactly true for me. So let me tell you my little story about this. I was working at a corporate company, ExamFX. You guys may know that. You may have seen me in the videos. I worked for ExamFX, and I was making a little bit more than my teaching salary. So when as a middle school teacher, I was making somewhere between $30,000 to $40,000 in any given year as a middle school teacher. Then I got hired to ExamFX, and I was somewhere around like $60,000 a year. And that to me was like mind blowing because I was making, my first year of teaching $30,000, and I basically only ever got to around $40,000 as a middle school teacher. Okay. And this is part of the magic money that I teach. This is the Melissa May Dillon channel too, where we talk about magic money and understanding magic money. So anyway, I'm working at ExamFX. I become the top rated most requested instructor, insurance companies would change their entire training schedule to make sure that I was their teacher because I had such amazing pass rates. Okay. So I started teaching this exam all over the country for many different insurance companies in many different states because I was the absolute best. One of the major companies that we used to teach for would have, they had to get 300 licensed people on the floor as quickly as possible. And they could hire about 30 a month. And they would have me come out every month. Every month I was going to this location to teach 30 people to pass the exam. I would show up on Monday and Tuesday, teach them the information. They would be passing by Friday. Okay. And it was amazing pass rates, which is why they had me keep coming out. And every month I would come out and the floor would fill up more and more. And as I would teach a new class, the old class was back there working and they would all wave to me and say hello. And I filled this entire floor of 300 people licensed and ready to go with passing the exam. This company used me every single month via ExamFX because I had such high pass rates, but they had multiple locations throughout the country. And I taught in many of these locations throughout the country. So some of the places I taught for them was Texas was a big one, Mississippi, the most popular one. I also went to their Oklahoma location, and I've also taught at their Nevada location. So this was a company that used me at ExamFX all the time. Then they posted my job basically as an internal job. So they basically said, instead of having to hire someone all the time from another company and paying thousands of dollars, like if you guys understood how much insurance companies would pay for what is available in gold, like thousands of dollars. We actually figured it out today. 34 hours of video on property casualty would translate to $5,000 that an insurance company would pay to have me teach live. And you guys get it for $97. That is insane. Okay. So anyway, this company posted a pre-licensing instructor training position. And I was like, I love that company, but they're so disorganized. I wouldn't want to work for them. The only way I would go work for them is if it was $100,000 a year. I was like, and there's no way they would do that because $60,000 was like the most I had a set amount that I could make, right? It blew my mind to go from 30 to 60. Going from 60 to 100, we're like, pfft. But somebody had encouraged me, well, just reach out to them anyway. So I reached out to their hiring person because they all know me at the company. And I said, what are you guys offering for this position? And they're like, $100,000. We would love to set up an interview with you. Are you interested? I was like, yeah. And at that point I was like, this job is mine. $100,000 is mine. There is no way they would not offer me this job. This job is definitely mine. $100,000. It's exactly what I said. Done deal. I am getting this job for working for this company, and I'm going to help them get set up so that everyone passes everywhere across the country. I was envisioning it. They were even talking about moving me to South or North Carolina, which is where my sister lived. And it was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. This is going to be amazing. And then things got weird and it petered out, no job offer. And in my mind, though, I was like, I'm making $100,000 like with this company. And then it disappears. I was like, there's no way they can't hire me. And it disappears. But I wasn't sad about it because what it did for me was it changed my mindset that I could be someone making $60,000 to someone who could make $100,000. They expanded my mindset of what was possible. And I believed that job was mine, which means I believe that I should definitely be earning $100,000. And that was like in September. No, that was like, I forget exactly the timeline, but it wasn't very much longer that I decided to start the Insurance Exam Queen and build my own business, doing it my way. And the first year of Insurance Exam Queen, we ended at $126,000. So selling class recordings, selling tickets to live classes, working with one-on-one back when I did, $126,000. I made more money with a life of freedom the way I wanted to make it than that job opportunity, which would have been $100,000. But that job opportunity made me believe that I could earn 100,000. And I am so glad that that job opportunity didn't work out, but it spurned me and encouraged me to do this on my own. And it made me believe that I could and should be earning $100,000 a year minimum. And then I did exactly that, starting the Insurance Exam Queen Plus. Okay. So the first job opportunity you may have in the insurance industry may not be the one you want. It's simply introducing you to the idea that the insurance world exists and that you could be a licensed agent doing any type of thing in the insurance field. Nothing that is meant for you can be taken from you. Repeat that. Nothing that is meant for you can be taken from you. If it is meant for you, it is yours and it cannot be taken. So if you lose a job opportunity, it wasn't meant for you. You can't lose something that is meant for you. It would be much better to be in a place, in a position for something that is meant for you rather than something you're trying to make work, you're trying to fit, okay? There are a plethora of insurance jobs, a ton of insurance. Every day, because I'm licensed, I get text messages and emails saying, you're a licensed agent. Do you want to come work for us? Like, no, but I can help you get more licensed agents if you want. So there is a plethora of jobs available in the insurance industry. If you lose the first one, it's just not the one that's meant for you. And maybe you're supposed to do life and health instead of property and casualty, but you had to learn about insurance as an opportunity before you even got there. So never fear losing a job because that job wasn't meant for you. Okay. Use it as an opportunity for what's next. How does this get to be even better? Right. I went from, I'm guaranteed in my mind, I guaranteed myself that I would make $100,000 and get that job. But that job would have meant a 9-to-5 stuck in a cubicle with a boss. Currently, I'm in my house. I have no boss. I can come on when I want to come on. I set my schedule. I decide what it is I get to do. I am in a much better position than if I had taken that job. And that job wasn't even offered to me, which thank God it all worked out the way it did. So nothing that is meant for you can be taken from you. Whatever job opportunity you had in the insurance industry isn't the one and only, right? I'm sure you've had more than one boyfriend. The first one didn't work out. That doesn't mean, it doesn't mean you can't get another one. There's always plenty of opportunity. All right. But anyway, let's go on. Cozy, for a person that has never studied the material, bought your course, will 5 days be enough to pass the test? For some people, yes. They're absolutely. Again, what I put in gold was the same quality and what I would teach. If that company paid me to come out for 2 days, teach the exam, and then the people had a couple days to do practice exams, and then by the end of the week, they were passing. So what I put in gold is the same type of what you would get working for an insurance company type of training, everything you would need to help make sure you would pass that exam. Jennifer, Texas Life and Health, gold is more than enough for Texas. It will help you pass your Texas exam. Absolutely. Vegas, Nevada. Yes, I started the Insurance Exam Queen while I lived in Vegas. I want to schedule my life and health in person, not online, but not sure how. So when you go to the testing site, you just have to pick the testings. There's always going to be an online option and an in-person option. And you can definitely schedule an in-person test. Macklin, which practice tests are similar to the real exam in California? Here's the thing about practice exams and the state exam. There's no guarantee that any practice exam you take will match the state exam. Because companies like Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, they are not allowed to have exact questions from their course onto the state exam. At best, you get a course that's similar to the state exam, but you're never going to find one that's dead on. It's very rare to find the exact questions you see on the state exam on a practice exam. So I don't encourage using practice exams. In fact, we had somebody in the group today, in our Facebook group, which you should join, by the way. Just go to facebook.com, type Insurance Exam Queen. The study group will pop up. She watched gold religiously. She had 800 note cards. She was taking notes left and right, and she could never pass a practice exam or a quiz. I don't know. I think I asked her if she had taken any, but she says, I keep failing the quizzes and the exam. I don't know if she ever did eventually pass one, but she said she kept failing them. And she says, what do I do? I'm about to take my test. And I said, go in there and take it and believe you got it. And she came back and she passed. She hardly ever passed the practice exam, struggled in her quizzes, but she focused on what I said in gold, believed what I said in gold, watched it on repeat, wrote the notes that she needed to write, went in and passed the exam. So I don't encourage practice exams. I encourage knowing and understanding the material by watching my gold class videos. That is enough to help you pass the state exam with a 90% first-time pass rate. Now, I do, because so many of you asked me, I do have practice exams and practice quizzes, and I've had some feedback that they're pretty good in alignment with what you'll see on the state exam. So I offer them, but to be able to say this exact practice exam is going to match this state, very rare to find. Hello, Property and Casualty, California. California, you guys have it easy. You only need to pass at 60%. Every other state is 70% or above. Mandy, I have gold. I can attest it is amazing. Woo, yes, it is. Jennifer, Texas Life and Health. Hello. Meredith. Oh, I scrolled too far. Hang on. Too many comments. All right, let's talk about Alabama PNC is 44% commercial. No, it's not. It's heavy commercial, but it's not 44%. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know I think it's closer to 30%, 25 to 30% commercial. But I have had Alabama passers using gold, and she said that gold hit on just enough to be able to pass the commercial section. So we've had a lot of Alabama passers. In fact, you can go. In fact, let me see if I can share this screen with you. Let me show you how easy this is. Wait, let me get back to you guys. Okay, let me make sure I'm looking at the right thing. If you go into the Facebook group, and I'll share my screen in just a second. If it gets moving. Okay, all right. So share screen. I want to share Facebook study group. Okay, perfect. Share. Okay, if you go into the study groups, we have Insurance Exam Queen study group. There is a little search button here. And you can type in Alabama, if you can spell it right, Alabama. And you can see any post where people ask for Alabama. Look at this, Alabama PNC. I passed my exam today. I could not have done it without the Queen's materials, okay? You can also look at people who've asked questions. Can someone explain the difference between direct loss and proximate? And there's usually going to be a correct answer in here. And I've even read them all. I love them so much. They all work. Okay. But you can find many people who have passed. Alabama, I passed 66 commercial questions, but she did it. Here's the exact numbers. Oh no, this is a score sheet. Commercial is 34 questions. I don't think is that translate to 44%? I don't think so, but maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, you can see I passed Alabama. Well, that's personal lines. So any state, you can search anything in here. And that's why I have people do hashtags. So there was actually, and this will work for anybody doing the property and casualty exam. Look, search hashtag Ohio. There was a girl, and this works for property and casualty exam. There was a girl who struggled with passing, and she took the test so many times that she remembered a lot of questions, and she put them all in here. Did she put it under Ohio? I feel like they are. Her name was Fatima. Do it, Fatima. If you search Fatima, maybe, where we find this, she posted a ton of questions in here. I'm struggling to find them. I don't know why, but they're in here. Maybe the group is just so big now, it's hard to find them. But there's so much knowledge in this group already. You can just come back and Google. End of results. Maybe, am I spelling it wrong? Maybe without the hashtag Ohio. I don't know. But there's a ton of questions that she posted. I know I found them at one point because I tagged a bunch of people in them. But there's lots of search options. So you can search in the group and find help. Put your state in there, search in the group. I mean, we have so many people that pass the exam. And many of them cite using gold. Okay, anyway. All right, next question. 80 banker here, haha. I've learned more from your videos already than this stupid class. I understand. Lauren, I bought gold class and pre-licensing classes next week. Which would you do first? Gold. Do gold first. Gold will replace the reading that you have to do in your course. New Jersey casualty and property, you're going to have to take them separate. You're going to have to take the property exam separate from the casualty exam. My recommendation is to know the information that is on both exams, which is insurance terms related concept, policy provision and contract law, and state law. You want to be super strong in those three areas, and then you'll be able to pass both the property and the casualty side. I encourage people to double dip when you're in a state that separates them. So like Illinois, you have to take property separate from casualty. So what chapter, what content shows up on both exams separately, but same information? That's what I recommend you hit really hard. Taking my PC personal lines for Colorado tomorrow. It's an easy exam. I've taken the Colorado exam. Believe anybody who is about to test, make sure you watch the about to test audio. So on my YouTube channel, there is about to test audio. It is an audio that you listen to where I just encourage you. I add in a lot of like just beliefs that you have. Like, I believe I have the right answer. Whether I remember it or not, I know I'll choose the right answer. And it's just things that you can help listen to that can encourage you. All right. Where can I find the best insurance terms you should know? Gold. Emperor. Let's see. What topic is most important for Arkansas personal lines? And then again, if all you're saying is your state and your exam, I'm going to tell you, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on recommendations. So I break down every exam for you. Personal lines, you're going to be heavy on general insurance, dwelling, homeowners, auto insurance, flood insurance, umbrella insurance. And these are all the things that I teach most heavily in the Gold Class Series package. Butterflies grow. Any promo codes? Yes and no. One, you will never find gold for a discount. It's $97. There'll never be a promo code for less than $97. Okay. Unless you're military. The one and only time we offer discounts is for military. So if you can prove you have some sort of military, and I do this to honor my husband. He was a military vet, and I was like, I don't offer discounts for nobody. And he says, well, I'm military. You need to offer one for military. I said, fine. So we do offer military discounts. So if you have evidence that you were in the military, you send that to us. We will email you a promo code. That's the only one. How long do I have to access the gold? 100 days, which is insane. Most places give you at best 60 days. And what's really crazy about gold is not only do you have all of my videos, which teach the most common, most tested topics with a 90% pass rate, we then added insane value by giving you up to 3 live classes a week. So we usually schedule them in the afternoon, in the evening, but you are able to attend 3 live classes a week with a live instructor where you can ask questions as part of the $97 you pay, which is insane. Insane. That is insane. There are other instructors in this industry charging you $500 for that same type of stuff. We're like, here, it's included in your $97 package. That's nuts. All right. Anna, just wanted to thank you for all you do. If I hadn't found your videos, I would have given up. I'm glad you're here. Megan Ramsey, so I failed twice. I have your gold. I watched and studied those videos in between attempts and did 1% worse than before. I'm not saying it's your package. I'm just wondering what I can do. Okay. So a lot of times when we fail and then we go to take it again, we change too many answers. We get a little freaked out. We're like, I failed before, so I need to change all my answers to be able to pass. You doubt how much you actually know. So what you want to do is make sure that if you scored 60%, 60% of your answers still need to be the same. You're only changing 40 of them, not 60 of them. Okay. So you got to make sure I know what I know. Then a lot of times failing the exam more than once is not just about, did I study enough or know enough? It's, am I ready to be able to pass this exam and begin a new career? Some of us will self-sabotage out of fear that we don't actually, we want it, but we don't want it. We're scared of it. And so we will do things to prevent us from passing. So you want to make sure your mindset is right as well. So I have a YouTube channel called Insurance Exam Queen Mindset, where I talk about having the mindset to pass. So that's definitely something to consider as well. And then make sure you also watch the Inside of Gold. We have a class called Navigating Difficult Test Questions. And that class is not geared on learning homeowners or anything. It's geared on, when I read a question, how do I make sure I'm reading it correctly? And how do I make sure I'm choosing a good answer? And how do I break down this multiple choice stuff? It's more about taking the test itself. So that's a really great class. Make sure you watch that. And then also, I don't know if you watch Gold on repeat, if you took all the notes, make sure you're going through everything top to bottom and taking the notes that I encourage you to take. All right. How do I upgrade my silver plan to gold? Okay. So Nisha, inside silver, one of the last lessons is going to be something like, it's going to be titled something like Ready for More or Upgrade to Gold. In that lesson, there's a link that you can click that will allow you to take the $40 or the $57 you spent on silver and apply it to gold so that you only have to pay the difference. So that's in bronze has that as well. Silver has that. Gold even has that for platinum. So if you want to be able to ask me questions on the daily using a Telegram support group, you can get platinum for that. Vince, what exam do I take? I'm in California. What do you want to sell? If you want to sell homeowners and auto, you're going to take the personal lines. If you want to sell homeowners and auto and commercial, you're going to take the property and casualty line. You want to sell life insurance, you're going to take the life exam. You want to sell health insurance, you got to take the accident and health exam. Just depends on what you want to sell. Is forgery and alteration covered worldwide? I lost that. I don't know about worldwide. That's a great question. I'm not 100% sure. And you don't have to be super strong commercial. I don't know that that's a test you'll see, but Kentucky is weird. Kentucky is one that creates their own test. They don't use Pearson or Prometric. Like, they don't use a common test provider. So Kentucky probably does have questions I'm not familiar with. Massachusetts, you need to be good on state law, but it's a relatively easy exam. Massachusetts, Prometric. If you are taking your test with a company called Prometric, Prometric has practice exams, and you can take them for free. So I would recommend doing that for Massachusetts. What about Maine? Again, just go to insuranceexamqueen.com and then go to state recommendations and then click on Maine. I'm getting a phone call. Never seen this number before. I'm going to assume it's spam or something. What is the max amount of loss assessment in BOP? I don't know. I don't have that number memorized. Great question, though. With commercial, you don't, like, again, Alabama, I know you do have to be much stronger in all the areas. But if it's something I don't have memorized, it's not highly tested. So the things that I know right off the top of my head are highly tested stuff. I am Jenka. I'm here almost 2 years after passing the All Generals test because of this awesome moment. Oh, thank you. I love you. Check me out on my other channel, Melissa May Dillon, if you want to follow me more without having to talk about the insurance exam. You rock. Thank you. Will gold help with Massachusetts PNC? Yes, absolutely. To 2021. So I am Jenka says, I failed my claims adjuster test 3 times and got fired. I'm glad I did. I only had Adjuster Pro help. Yes. I'm in Georgia, by the way. Perfect. Hi from Oregon. Just purchased gold today. Yay, Julia. You made a great decision. Massachusetts. Yes, yes, yes. We support Massachusetts. All states. Every state. Every state. Meredith, Alabama has 66 commercial questions. We just looked at the Alabama. It was only 4. What was it? Someone had just shared a breakdown. Maybe was it 66? I don't know. But you don't have, it's 66, yeah, maybe out of 150, but you only need 105 to pass. So you need a good handful of commercial, but you don't have to be, again, super strong in commercial. Fatima, he has the accent, yeah. Would you do both tests in one day? Okay, so Lauren said, would you do both tests in one day or separate them? So whether you're talking about life and health or property casualty, most of the information double dips. So even from life and health, a lot of the info on life is the same as health, and you can double dip the info. One test is always easier than two. But if they make you take property and casualty separate, schedule them together, yes, because a lot of the information is the same. So I encourage double dipping in that way. Are there any redeemable coupons available for gold? Military only. So if you are military and you want a coupon for gold, you have to shoot me an email, support@insuranceexamqueen.com, and we'll get you a coupon code, but you have to show us some evidence that you're military. I am Jacob. Look, I'm not one to ever recommend people to spend money with things, but they could possibly find online, but 97 is a steal for this course. Yes, it is. And I'm not paying her to say that. I also swear without this lady, I would have failed again and again. I could not focus on the modules from Adjuster Pro and then from ExamXX, which wasn't a bad program, but yeah. All right, Faith Builders with Janelle. Hello, all. I'm scheduled for PE exam tomorrow. Where do I find the auto review that you just mentioned? YouTube, and just type in about to test insurance exam queen. And I could probably find it here for you. Let me get you a link. Maybe. Insurance exam queen about to test. All right, so it's a little audio that you can listen to. And I have two. I have one that is about to study and one that is about to test. So you should listen to the about to study one every time you sit down to study, so that it gets you excited to study. Because many of us, when we study, you hate studying. You're frustrated at the very beginning of having to study, and it doesn't go very well. So you want to be in the right mindset and excited to study. So you want to listen to the about to study audio. And then when you're about to test, you want to listen to the about to test audio. And these are ones you want to listen on repeat. I just put it in the link. It is also in the gold package too. So I put the about to test audio at the bottom of gold, so you can have that. What about Illinois? InsuranceExamQueen.com recommendations. I break down Illinois for you. I am Jacob. For those who have a hard time focusing, it doesn't do much. Yeah, ExamFX. Yeah, ExamFX is mostly text. There are some videos. I'm in some of them. But yeah. Bradley, I can't find the answer, but I've seen them on the Kentucky test. All right, I'll see if I can find it for you, Bailey. Joelle, I passed my test on July 4th last year after failing 24 times. I found your videos and purchased the gold one. I recommend your video to colleagues. I invited one today from me. Thank you, Joelle. 24 times. That's nuts. The most I've heard of is 16. Congrats on keep going. I'm going to tell you, if you're an insurance agent where you make commission only and you can make as much money as you want, I guarantee you the number of times that you took the test won't matter to you when you're cashing, your 6-figure commission checks. All right. Joshua, purchase gold, about to take the test next week. Feel super confident from how you explain things. Yes. My wife passed her exam thanks to you. Woo! She was catching on until she was told about you. Excellent teacher. Perfect. All right. I just tuned in. What chapter do I need to focus on for the state of Florida? InsuranceExamQueen.com. Go to recommendations. Go to Florida. I tell you what to focus on. Sorry, I didn't realize she read every single message. No more messages from me, I promise. All right, Malice Music. I'm kind of nervous about the New York Life and Health test tomorrow because I've been using the practice exams a lot because the regular materials were so bland and boring. I'm only on chapter 2, which is life basics. Okay, wait, so you didn't go through the material. All you did was take the practice test. Is that what you're saying? As much as my gold, when you go to gold, the video, you can speed up the videos. So you can speed them up and listen to them faster. And that can help you absorb as much of the info as possible. Lauren, I am taking the North Carolina P&Z exams tomorrow, and everyone says something different when I ask them about taking the test at once or different days. Yes, sure. Many people might say a lot of things, but my experience is one test is better than two. So when you think about property and casualty as one test instead of two, most of the information is the same. Insurance terms related concepts, same stuff. Policy provision and contract law, same stuff. State law, same stuff. So much of the exams from property to casualty will be the same. Same for life and health, same stuff. So taking it all together, being done in one shot, feels much better to me than separating it out. It's up to you. Malice, no, I did that too. I had to, but just not learning a ton. That's how I found you. They were mentioning things like reinsurance for, okay, yeah. Watch as much of my stuff as you can. And I mean, hope for the best if you're taking it tomorrow. I mean, here's the thing too, is I believe in energy. Energy is real. You could look it up, science, whatever. We're all emitting energy. There's energy coming off my body right now, going off into the ethers of the world. Okay. If you sit down at the testing site and you have the energy of, I'm passing the exam, if you have the energy of celebrating before you even take it, and as you're taking it and you're answering questions, you go, I got that one right. 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 If you believe that every time you answer a question, you got, oh, I guessed it right. I got it right. You're keeping your energy high. You're keeping it happy. You're keeping it positive. And that's going to serve you much better. And you're way more likely to see a pass. But even if you fail, the energy of, I failed for a reason. I failed for a purpose. This is somehow serving me. I believe every hardship I go through is serving my greater purpose. I believe every frustration is serving my greater purpose. You don't build muscle by just laying around. You build muscle by tearing your muscles apart. You have to go through something hard to get something amazing. So we look at the word fail and we're like, oh my God, I'm a failure. I studied so hard and I didn't pass. This isn't meant for me. I'm going to give up. Wake up. Study a little bit harder. Learn the words better. Get the gold package. Like, stop thinking that a fail is the end of the world. It's not. It's just part of building your character, part of your life's journey. You could be on a stage somewhere talking to thousands of insurance agents about how it took you 24 times to, like in the comments here, 24 times to pass the test, but it allowed you to build the character, the stamina, the tenacity to be the type of person who can run a six-figure business. If you go from who you are today, this is something I had to understand myself. If I go from who I am today to suddenly having a six-figure insurance business, do you have the right skills in place? Do you have the capacity to manage that? Do you have the ability to hold that? The universe, God might be saying, you need to struggle a little bit so that you can build some character. You need to struggle a bit so that you can build the encouragement and the tenacity. I'm going to go no matter what. I am doing this no matter what. If you put a line in the sand and I am doing this no matter what, and I will do what it takes to make it happen. That's the energy you need. Not, oh my God, I failed. I'm a loser. I give up. I'll just go back to retail. No, wake up. You have magic opportunity here. Go after it. All right. So would I YouTube it to find out more? Reinsurance is a topic you can Google on here on my channel, but I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, Malice, for music. If you have gold, watch gold as much as you can. If you don't have gold, watch YouTube as much as you can before you test, and believe that as you're sitting there, I'm getting it right. I'm getting it right. I'm getting it right. I'm getting it right. That's going to serve you better than thinking you got all the answers wrong. Bailey, it's so funny hearing how normal you sound at a regular pace, because to me, your natural voice is 2 times speed. Yeah, I wondered about that. I always double speed people to listen to them but people have to slow me down to listen to me. I'm going to go hug my baby tight before bed. Yes. And gear up for my exam tomorrow. Thanks for everything. You're so welcome. Jeter's babe. I finished 200 hours. Haven't taken the practice test yet. Nothing stuck with the information. Do you recommend reading the book before getting into your program? No, I recommend doing my program before reading the book. So I finished 200 hours. Gold before everything else is the most ideal. So like if you know that you're going to work for a company and they're going to purchase you ExamFX, but you're going to start like next week sometime, I'd say get gold now. Start watching gold now because you will be well ahead of anybody in your class. So my stuff replaces the reading in your pre-licensing course. So if you know you don't learn by reading difficult, hard to understand text, then watching gold is going to be your best bet. Hi from Puerto Rico. Hi. Brittany, if we work 9 to 5 and get your gold, can we go back and look at the live lesson? A lot of the lessons are after 5, so you should be able to attend live, but no, as of this point, we don't have the recordings available. So live attendance only. Okay, perfect. All right, I believe I got to the end of the comments, and I'm getting close to the end of the hour, so I'm going to have to go. Hubby has pool tonight, so I got to send him off, wish him well, and love on him. So make sure you're getting support in the Facebook group. We're very active in there, answering lots of questions. You can also search past histories in the Facebook to find other people who have taken the exam and get additional help. And then insuranceexamqueen.com, go to recommendations, read what's important for your state. The number one best way I can help you pass is getting gold, getting gold, getting gold. Gold is gold. Okay, gold is gold. We have almost 1,700 5-star reviews. Almost all of them cite gold as the reason they passed. So with that, I am sending you all the loves. Okay, I got one more question. I've taken the Oklahoma Adjuster PNC 4 times. I've been 5 points away from passing. Thank you for reading these comments. 24 is wrong. I got this. Yes, you got this. You're amazing, Melissa. I unfortunately can't get the gold, but if I fail my first time, I'm going to talk my job into funding it. Yes, and you can even encourage them to email us and ask us about it, and we will explain to them why it's the most amazing thing ever for passing the exam. So, all right. So with that, I love you all. All the loves, all the exams, all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. Y'all have an amazing day.